If you're one of the many people who suffers with back pain when standing still, then in this video I'm going to give you 3 ideas to help you relieve it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be giving you 3 simple tips you can use to help you relieve lower back pain when standing still. Now, many of my clients come to me when they first meet me and they say, I'm all right when I'm moving around, but as soon as I stop, my back slowly tightens up, it becomes painful. Sometimes these people can start to develop sciatica going down the backs of the legs, and all of these problems can come about just from standing still. And that can make things like washing the dishes difficult, it can make brushing your teeth difficult, it can make you dread things like standing in a queue at the bank, all because the lower back pain just starts to slowly set in. Thankfully, for many people, this problem can be helped. So I'm going to give you 3 tips. These are all based off the premise that the back pain you have has a mechanical cause or a musculoskeletal cause. So they're not suitable for everyone, but if you give them a go and they help, please feel free to use them. Now, to understand how these tips work, we need to understand that there are lots of muscles that act around the back and the pelvis all the time. So the pelvis has got over 10 muscles that attach to it. All of the spinal joints and the facet joints and the vertebra have got different muscles that attach to them as well. The sacrum has got different muscles that attach to it. And if those muscles are pulled into the wrong position, they're either too tight or they're too lengthened, it's going to put stress on the lower back, and that stress can cause pain. So the 3 tips I'm going to show you slightly move your pelvis or your spine into a different position, and the idea is that one of these positions will take the pressure off your spine and reduce your back pain. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the 3 tips are. Try all 3 of them and pick the one that works best for you, and hopefully it will help you to reduce your back pain when standing at home. So the first tip to reduce your back pain when standing is to squeeze your glutes. Now, when I'm talking about squeezing your glutes, what I mean is standing like this and then squeezing your buttocks together as you stand still. So it's a very subtle kind of movement. Most people looking at you won't even realize what you're doing. But what this does, if you can see from the side, is as I squeeze my glutes, it just tucks my pelvis underneath me. So it's a very subtle shift, but what this does is it takes me out of an anterior pelvic tilt and into a neutral position. Now, for many people when standing, just doing that will actually be enough to significantly reduce their back pain. And this could be particularly the case for you if you're someone who sits a lot, which means you get tight hip flexors. And when you've got a tight set of hip flexors, they pull you into this anterior pelvic tilt duck bottom position. So instead of just standing like this when we stand up and putting a lot of stress on your spine, squeezing your glutes together just pulls your pelvis back into a neutral position. It puts a bit of a stretch on your hip flexors, but it takes the pressure off your spine. So try that at home. It's as simple as imagining you've got a pencil between your bottom cheeks and you're just trying to grab the pencil like that, just to squeeze it. We don't need to strain, we don't need to hold our breath, we don't need to tense everything up. It's just about squeezing your buttocks and tucking your tailbone underneath you, and see if that improves your pain. Now, the second tip to help back pain when standing is to widen your stance. Now, when people stand like this, many people are surprised to feel that it takes a hell of a lot of stress off the lower back. And the mechanics of this are quite simple. Basically, we have a very small muscle that lives at the front of both hips called the tensor fasciae lata, or the TFL for short. And this is a tiny little muscle that does a couple of different jobs. It lifts the leg up like this, it takes the leg out to the side, and it medially rotates the femur as well. If you put your fingers there, you can feel it doing all of these things. Now, the problem is this muscle is designed to be a stabilizer. It's not designed to be a primary mover. But for many people, this muscle is overactive. It's trying to do too much work. And as a result, over the years, it becomes tight. And when it becomes tight, it tugs on its attachment onto the IT band, which is this thick band of tissue down the side of the leg, and its attachment on the pelvis. Now what this means is that if you've got a tight TFL, it's contracting here, it's pulling on your IT band and your pelvis, it can again pull your pelvis into an anterior pelvic tilt, pulling the IT band closer to its attachment on the pelvis. So again, it can lead to this kind of posture here and a lot of stress on the spine. Now we can take the pressure off the TFL immediately by taking our legs from here to here, which shortens that muscle and basically takes the entire stretch off the muscle straight away. So this is a great position for many people who have tightness here. It can feel instantly better on your back. And if you do notice this makes a big improvement, I have a video above which is designed to help you improve tightness in the TFL if it's causing your back pain. So check that out if this one helps you too. And then the final tip I've got for you to help you with back pain when standing is to put one foot on a stool. Now, when people stand with back pain, what's often happening is a lot of stress is going through the SIJ, which is the sacroiliac joint. Your sacroiliac joint is the place that your sacrum, which is your tailbone, meets your pelvis. So it's about here. You can see it around the belt line, and you can feel two knobbly bits, which are just next to your SIJ if you have a feel around your back. And quite often that is the area that people report pain when standing. Now, if we take pressure off one of the legs, particularly off the leg where the back pain is on the same side of, then we can take pressure off the SIJ and that can reduce pain as well. So I'll show you what I mean. I've got a small stool which can help, and I'll show you exactly what kind of thing you'd be doing at home. So this stool is probably about 8 inches tall. What you would do is you'd pop it down at the place you're about to stand and then just rest one foot on top of it. So now what's happening is all of my force is going through here. I've probably got about 20% of my weight going through this leg, and instantly there's less stress on the SIJ here. Now this is perfect for people who are brushing their teeth or washing up at the sink, because it means you're not going to be putting too much stress through that side of the spine. And it's particularly good for one-sided back pain. Obviously, you could do the same thing on the other side as well. And if you're trying to reach forward to something, you can move the stool to the side. You can turn one leg out like that and just rest it like this so you can still wash up. And it's amazing how much this can help with lower back pain. So if you know you're going to be stood somewhere for a while doing something physical, this might be one of the better solutions to choose. And if it helps your back pain, then keep using it because it will spare the pressure on the lower back. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. If you found this video helpful, please do drop a comment below because I love to read your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel before you leave this video, and if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next video.